All right, folks, so we have spent way too much time sitting here editing videos and not nearly enough time out here. So I think it's time for an adventure. All right, so what we got here is one e-bike, one backpack full of backpacking gear, and one Sony a7 IV. Here we have one very sleepy old dog who's going to stay behind with Megan, who is working, and she is going to watch over her while I go on a backpacking adventure. So unfortunately we have a front tire that's got a very slow leak, and so we have to air it back up. That's where it's nice to have the air compressor on the van, just even for stuff like this. I'm really hoping that it holds air well enough through the night that we can ride back with the bike tomorrow, but it's been holding air for a couple days typically. I've got a patch kit on the way, so we're gonna have to add that to my little bag of tools I have on the back of the bike. So we've made it to where I wanted to go, and quite honestly, we're not really that far away from where we are camped at the van. In fact, it's probably only about maybe a mile or 2 miles that way. I did have to loop some roads and make a big U to get here, but I wanted to come to this location because I noticed I was here the other day, or riding through here the other day when I was doing the e-bike review, the actual review on the Ad Motor, and I seen this scene here. Now, GoPro's not going to do it any justice, but you got some ferns, and then you got the Three Sisters and mountains in the background. You got this little meadow going on, and to me, I just thought this would be a really cool spot to maybe do a landscape shot for the evening. And I figured this would also be a cool opportunity for me to kind of get my feet wet again with some backpacking. I've been wanting to do some more backpacking. I've been wanting to do some more photography. Two things I haven't done on the channel in a very long time. So I figured we'd hop on the e-bike, especially while we got Megan with us, and we just kind of take a short cruise and see what we can come up with. All right guys, so as you can see over my shoulder, we got a little fire pit here. This actually used to be a bit of a little camp spot. You know, quite a few years ago, I actually camped here with the old Ford truck and the CVT trailer. I think I was pulled right in here. But as you can see, it is kind of overgrown now, and this spot has been taken back by Mother Nature. But I think I can just grab my pack, set it up right here between these two trees, and that'll make a nice spot for the evening. All right guys, we're gonna quickly unload our pack. All right, so I got a puffy jacket for later if it cools down. Brought a wool base layer for sleeping in, stocking hat in case it gets chilly tonight, which I don't think it will be. Sleeping pad, Thermarest Neo Air. Camera gear. This is a very old REI Passage 1 tent. Hopefully all the poles for it because I didn't check. A sleeping bag that I forgot who, Big Agnes. Pretty sure Big Agnes sleeping bag. Don't remember which model, but I'm pretty sure it's Big Agnes. We've got 1, 2, 3 mountain houses in case we get hungry. Fuel, isobutane fuel. And we've got a jet boil. This is the Mimi or something like that. I don't know. Mimi. Yeah, a couple snacks, some coffee for the morning, Claymore light, just so if I have to do any filming tonight at night. I brought this big heavy light, which was heavy. and a small emergency kit, because as you guys saw one of my last videos, I have a tendency to hurt myself, so we might need some emergency kit. But anyways, we're going to turn this into a camp, and then we're going to look at the picture we're going to take. So this thing came with a bag they can use, can fill it up, but apparently I forgot to make sure it ended up back in here, so we're gonna make ourselves lightheaded by trying to blow all the air into this thing. Now this isn't technically a good way of doing it, because you're blowing moisture and crap inside your bag, and over time that can mildew. So it is better to use the bags that come with it, but like I said, we're just making do. All right, we got camp pretty well all set up. Now just down over here off the road, we have a nice little creek. It's down here in these trees. This is gonna be my source of water for tonight, so that for cooking and drinking, but unfortunately, I made a mistake and I forgot my water filter. I know I had it in my hand at the shop when I was getting all my backpacking gear together and trying to get it in the van, but somehow it didn't end up in the van. So what we're gonna have to do is boil water, which sucks when it's hot. I hate boiling water to purify it when it's hot, because you have to wait for it to cool down, or you're drinking warm, hot water when it's hot outside, which is no fun. So I really wish I had my water filter. Well, we're just kind of hanging out here at the tent. It's about 6:30. Still got probably 2 hours or more until the light gets to where I'd like it to be before we start shooting. It's just a few days after the summer solstice, so it doesn't get dark here until 9:30, 10 o'clock. So we've got a little bit of time. But it's just really nice to kind of just hang out for a minute and just not really have anything that is pressing to do. Kind of being away from the van is nice. I mean, I absolutely love my van, but it's my home, and like, I mean, many of you I'm sure can relate. When you're at home, you busy yourself with things, and you don't really just take a minute to stop and appreciate what's around you. And even though the light's not quite where I would like it to be in photography, it's still very beautiful out. We've got a beautiful view of the Three Sisters Wilderness and the mountains afar, and got some crickets going and some birds chirping. So it's just a pleasant time to be in the woods. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and maybe start thinking about getting something to eat. We'll go ahead and eat before we start shooting photos. That way we're not hungry, and we can just really focus on, you know, enjoying some photography. We are just now starting to work with this shot a little bit, and it's actually still pretty early. In fact, my food is still in the mountain house over there, just waiting to be eaten. But I looked over here and thought I was gonna come over and just check this out. So I've got my camera set up, and I don't think the shot that I had in mind is really gonna work tonight. I'm hoping it might actually work better in the morning, but here's the problem why I don't think it's gonna work tonight. So I really wanted these ferns that are nice and green and lush right now to be the foreground interest, the real focus of the shot. And then you would have, you've got some trees here creating a nice framing, and then you've got this meadow that kind of goes out, and then you got the mountains in the background. It's really a nice scene. But for it to work the way I want, these ferns need some light on them. And the problem is the sun's going down over here, and I'm only getting a little bit of dappled light on the ferns right now. And the light that I have on the mountains isn't really what I'm after. I want more of that just like really late afternoon glow on the mountains. And by the time that happens, it's going to be too low over here, and then these are just going to be in shadow. So so like I said, I'm kind of playing with it, taking a couple shots anyways, just so I have something to look at in Lightroom. I may find them pleasantly surprised, I don't know. But I do think that it will be better in the morning, because the sun will be coming up, should be coming up from over here. That should bring the light right in and across these ferns, and then we should get some really nice morning glow right on those mountains off in the distance. So I think this could work a lot nicer in the morning. So we're gonna play with this for just a minute more, and then we're gonna go back and eat our mountain house. All right, so we played around with that shot for a little bit, and now we're gonna back over here. We're gonna eat this mountain house. I went with the chicken teriyaki tonight. I actually brought 2 options for dinner tonight. Chili mac with beef, and then chicken teriyaki. And I'll be honest, I've tried chili mac a couple times from Mountain House and even from some other freeze-dried manufacturers, and I don't know, the chili mac just never, it always sounds like it's gonna be great, but just never really comes out good. So we're gonna go with this one. I've had it before. It's usually a go-to. So we're gonna eat this, and the light is starting to get better and better in some of the other areas of the meadow. So even though the one photo may not work out the way I want, at least this evening, I think I'll go still wander about after dinner and just see if I find something else cool that that interests me. So. So I've come back over here one more time with the camera, and mainly I just wanted to show you guys what I was talking about a little bit. So the meadow is now all in shade. The sun's gone down low enough over the hill over here that the meadow is now completely shaded. But the mountains actually look really good. They're just starting to get that really nice yellow tone to them, that late afternoon, catching that last little bits of late afternoon sun. So I was hoping, that I'd get a little bit of that light still on these ferns when I shot the photo. Right now the scene still looks beautiful to stand here, absolutely stunning to stand here, but the photo I think would just be a little lackluster because the ferns would just kind of blend all in with the background, and they wouldn't really stand out or have any definition. And if they did have a little bit of light on them, a little definition with the mountains in the background, I think it really could be a nice photo. But just not gonna happen tonight. Again, like I said, we'll hope that maybe that happens in the morning when the sun comes up over the hills and we get some light over there, and then hopefully it'll shoot some light right straight through here onto these ferns. But anyways, guys, I think I'm kind of done shooting for tonight. I'm gonna go settle into the tent, get relaxed. We got to get up early in the morning because the sun rises super early. I think I need to be up by about like 4:30 so that I can get myself all ready to go and prepared for when this light does come out. So we're gonna try to get to bed early, get up early. Alright, well, we're gonna start getting up. I think we got a little bit of time before the sun starts to make an appearance over this ridge over here, but I can already start to see a little bit of glow on the Three Sisters, which are the mountains that we're going to be shooting this morning. So just get ourselves up, get the camera out, tripod set up, make sure we're all in position in case everything works out. I don't think I'm going to get the shot that I wanted this morning. It looks like the sun is coming up a little bit more behind these trees than I anticipated. I was kind of hoping it was going to rise right up over here and shoot the light perfectly right down onto these ferns, but that's not happening. Now, as it is right now, it is gorgeous, absolutely stunning out right now. And I still got something that I think I'll be happy with, but it's not exactly the photo I was after. But we do have some sun. The sun is starting to come up, and it's hitting these far trees across the meadow. And then with the mountain in the background, it does look still very nice. So we'll just see what we get. But I think at the moment, since I don't think I'm going to get the shot I'm after, I think I'm just going to go back over the tent, sit down, make a cup of cowboy coffee, and enjoy the rest of this beautiful morning. Alright, so I just got the jet boil going. I think this morning we're going to go with a breakfast skillet, Mountain House breakfast skillet. Probably my favorite Mountain House ever. And I've got some coffee, some Primal Outdoors coffee here in a bag that we will just make some cowboy coffee. I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough water to make the breakfast skillet and the coffee, and I would like a big cup of coffee. So we'll go ahead and get the breakfast skillet going, and if I have to, I'll run down to the creek and get some more water. Ah! Let's see how this coffee is. Oh, man, forgot how good cowboy coffee can be. Oh, that's nice. Could be that we're just out camped. Everything tastes a little bit better when you're out camped, but this is really nice right now. Alright guys, well I think what I'm going to do is enjoy this cup of coffee, enjoy the rest of my breakfast, just appreciate this beautiful morning we have for a little bit, and then we'll slowly but surely kind of pack up and get our way back over to the van, Daisy and Megan. So yeah, kind of first backpacking trip in a little while. I've got a few things to figure out, but I had a great time. Definitely inspired me to want to do some more of this, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do give it a like. If you guys have any comments or questions, you can leave those down below, and we'll catch you guys again outside.